Let's see today's question. So in the question you are given three things. First, band array, next an integer and maximum, and you have to find maximum number of integers you can uh, based on these conditions. Okay, so what are the conditions? Those integers should be in the range from 1 to n only. Okay, and those integers can't be like in the band array, and each integer you can choose at most once, and the sum of all those integers should not exceed maximum. So let's take an example and understand. So if you are given an array band, and you have to now choose for it. Okay, so the range is 1 to 5. So let's try brute force. Let's try to include 1 in the maximum number of integers which we have to return uh, number. So let's try to choose 1. So 1 is already in this array, so we can't choose it. Then let's try to choose 2. 2 is not in this array, and we will increment the sum variable, and the sum variable is now equal to 2, and that is less than 6, so we can include 2. Now let's try to include 3. So 3 is not in this array, we will include it. 2 plus 3, now the sum is equal to 5, and 5 is less than 6, so this will also work. Now we will try to include 4. So 4 is not in this array, and now 4 plus 5 is 9, which is not less than 6 or less than equal to 6, so we can't include 4. And now if we can't include 4, so we obviously can't include the numbers which are greater than 4, because that will also exceed the sum from greater than max sum. So yes, so we can't include 4 and other numbers greater than that. So the answer for it will be 2. We can only include the numbers 2 and 3. Okay, yes. So and there is also like concept, like if we want to obviously like return the maximum numbers, so you will try to choose the smaller numbers, because they will contribute less in the sum, and therefore the sum will be less than maximum. So obviously we will try to first choose smaller numbers. Therefore we have started the loop from 1, and we try to choose smaller number and check in the array that they are present or not. So let's try to code it. I will just take an array uh, for like using like it as a hash head, and because it is better in space wise, complexity wise, and the length of the array will be the max element in the band array. So band the max, so max and max plus 1. So I am taking the length of the array as the maximum of n plus 1 and max plus 1 is because uh, the we can like we have to track the elements 1 to n. Okay, uh, that whether they are present in this array or not. Okay, so now sometimes the maximum element can be greater than n. So like here in this example 6, which is greater than n. So how will track if we will choose only n, then it will give array index out of bound. So we are taking therefore maximum of this, so it will work like an hash it. Now what we'll do, we will try to put all the elements in the band array, all the elements of band array into the array. So if an element is present in the band array, you will just uh, choose, just mark it 1. Okay, yeah. So we have marked those elements, like we have marked 1, 6 and 5 in this array as 1, uh, which will indicate that they are present in the band array. Now we'll traverse the loop from I is equal to 1, I is less than equal to n, I plus plus. We will keep an answer variable which will be the count. Let's name it count of numbers which we can include, and a sum variable which will be the track the sum of the elements which we are uh, returning, which we have to find number of integers. So yeah, if the ARR of I, this is equal to 0, that means the array is not the element I is not in the band array. And sum plus I, if we add like take that element, so we have to take in it into the sum also, and that should be less than equal to max sum. Okay, if this is happening, we will increment the count, and also we will increment the sum I. Yeah, and like yeah, this will also work, but to optimize it, like complexity wise, we know that if like for some I, like which happened for 4 here, that if uh, sum plus I is greater than max sum, basically if for I, like for 4, uh, the sum is getting I for an I, the sum is getting greater than max sum if we add that I. So obviously if we can't include that number, we can't also include the number which are greater than that, because they will also lead the sum greater than max sum. So we can just break here at this condition. Yes, this should work. Yes, yes, it's working. Okay, thank you for watching.